I'm going to explain a simple mobility tip that can help you feel better on the field and even change your life. I'm Brian, a longtime strength and conditioning and mobility coach. I work with a lot of ultimate frisbee athletes, and I've played the sport myself for almost 2 decades and continuously made this mistake. I'm going to share with you what to do. This is super important. So many people get it wrong. Spend more time doing active mobility training versus passive mobility training. And here's what I mean by passive. This is where you're not creating force or spending energy with the target area. So if we use the wrist, for example, and I do a passive stretch, I'm just holding here nice and easy. These tissues, this target area, not creating force, not spending energy. Same goes for if I'm just like moving this wrist with the other hand, if I'm doing massage gun, acupuncture, rolling out with a foam roll or a ball or a stick. These are all passive inputs, which can have benefits, but they're not going to create lasting adaptation on their own. For that, we need active inputs, and I'll show you here. Here's the difference. I'm getting into a stretch, and now I'm going to try to push out of it using all these stretch tissues. This is an isometric contraction, where I'm creating force without movement. Another thing I can do is a passive range hold, where I might push into a passive stretch, and I will slowly let go and try to hold that angle using all these muscles. So passive range hold there. Then I can do joint rotations, big cars, controlled articular rotations, going through my biggest pain-free range of motion slowly in each direction. So these are all active inputs. We're creating force, we're spending energy, and that's what drives adaptation over time if we're consistent with it. So you can think about the mobility type stuff you're doing or the rehab you're doing, and if a lot of it is things where you're not really spending a whole lot of energy, particularly with the target area, then you know you're not going to drive quite the same adaptation. Now, if you're already doing a lot of the passive stuff, like the stretching, like the foam rolling, I know a lot of you are, cool. That's not necessarily bad, but it's not going to create that same adaptation as the active work. So I recommend taking half that time you're doing the passive stuff, channel it into active training. And I get it. I've been there. The passive stuff feels good in the moment. It can help you feel better for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. But think about, zoom out over the last month, 6 months, year. Has that helped you make long-term improvements, or do you need to keep doing it every day just to feel kind of normal? When you do more focused, active mobility training, you are going to see more benefits. You're going to feel better. So get after it. Your body will thank you.